Power. Recognition is a vital part of our visual system. It turns seeing into understanding. Of all the things we need to recognize, there's one which is fundamental to how we live our lives: the human face. It's how we know who someone is, whom we love, whom we hate, and whom we fear. Our brains seem tuned to spot faces.
We have so much hardware in our heads that is dedicated to recognizing faces. It takes almost nothing to make us see a face. I mean, just a big chunk of our brain is saying, where's the face? Where's the face? So, you know, the most minimal configuration of lines and a couple of curves will look like a face. Even, you know, clouds, the man and the moon, just, you know, the pattern of craters on the moon we see as a face.
But Lincoln Holmes finds recognizing a face impossible. 30 years ago, he was in a car accident that damaged an isolated part of his brain, and he is now completely face blind.
On those moments when I am suddenly alone and I don't know where anybody that I'm with is, there can be a surge of fear, and it's lonely in that sense. The very thought of something so basic as recognizing faces being lost is not only hard to imagine, but it's pretty scary. One of the things that makes it hard for people to believe that I have such a deficit is that I'm not blind. I see them. And seeing in our vocabulary is synonymous in some ways with understanding. I see what you mean. And it's very hard for folks to understand that I can see them and not know who they are.
Sometimes it seems like maybe he recognizes me because I'm in the right place at the right time. I've said we're going to meet at such and such a location, and he finds me and he says, "Hi, Holly." But I think it's because we've made pre-arrangements that, yes, we're going to meet at X place at X time.
Maybe another way to put that is that when there are just the two of us sitting here, it's one thing. When we go out to the supermarket, say, and get separated, then there are a couple of dozen female faces walking all around. I haven't got a prayer.
Right.
I haven't got a prayer.
Right.
I haven't got a prayer picking you out of all those faces.
What's that?
That's a key.
Great.
That's an apple.
Okay.
That's a plate setting with a knife, fork, and spoon on a plate.
All right. Who is it?
I don't know.
Okay. Young woman, old woman?
To be very honest, I'm having trouble answering that question.
Well, let me give you some biographical details. She's a movie star from the 1950s, very glamorous. She sang Happy Birthday to President Kennedy once.
Marilyn Monroe?
Yes.
Marilyn Monroe, as you know, had a close affiliation with more than one Kennedy. But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
When I'm asked by people sometimes, do faces just all look the same? The answer to that question is that no, they don't all look the same. And they say, well, why don't you recognize them? And the answer is, they don't all look the same, but they don't all, in other words, they don't all look like John Smith. None of them look like anyone. They all are faces, but they are not recognizable as anyone's face. Any of them.
He sees the skin, he can see the texture of the skin, he can see the individual features fairly well, but what he doesn't see is the totality of the face. He can't simultaneously apprehend all of those different parts together, and that's what we have to do to be able to recognize the face.
It's hard to imagine what Lincoln is actually seeing when he looks at a face. It seems that his brain is not allowing him to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Instead, he is confronted with a jumbled up mixture of features which he cannot connect with even the most familiar of faces.
Okay, how about that person?
Don't know.
Any sense of familiarity?
No.
No. What about there's a child's face sort of looking over his shoulder. Any familiarity there?
This is the nastiest one of all, isn't it?
Yes.
This is me.
Yes. How do you feel looking at a picture of your own face and not recognizing it?
For me, it is a face. It's not my face. It's a face. And there is some sense of incompleteness there. But so be it.
Lincoln's story has helped reveal how our brains process faces. Each time we look at another human being, a specific facial recognition system is activated. It turns out that this system is so specialized, it only deals with faces which are the right way up. It seems that facial recognition is such a demanding and important part of our lives that we need to dedicate a whole subsystem of the brain to this task. And the work with Lincoln suggests that this face area plays no role in recognizing any other type of object.